In this problem, the equation is already set equal to 0. So I'm ready to see if I can factor. I would be looking for factors of 9 that add to 3. Well, factors of 9 would be 1 times 9. That does not add to 3. Or 3 times 3. That does not add to 3. So I'm going to conclude that I can't factor. So I move on. The next option is graphing. So I go to my graphing calculator, go to my y equals, type in my formula to my y1. So we had x squared plus 3x plus 9. I'm going to let my y2 be 0 so that I could do intersection. And I graph. Oh, there's a challenge. My parabola is concave up. That means it is increasing. But it does not intersect with the x-axis at all. So the graph does not show me a solution. So making note of what I saw. I had the coordinate plane. This was my x-axis. Typically, I'm looking for where does this cross the x-axis. But looking at my calculator, it did not cross the x-axis. So we had a parabola up here. Did not cross axis. This has some real life implications for us. Because it did not cross the axis, the solutions are not real. Another way of saying that is that the solutions are complex numbers. Complex numbers are those that contain I. Taking a square root is not possible. And that is because we have that bx term, which is 3x. So not possible because of the 3x. So my only option to solve this problem is the quadratic formula. I note that a is 1, b is 3, c is 9. My formula is the opposite of b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. And I plug in the numbers. The opposite of b is negative 3 plus or minus square root. B squared is 9 minus 4 times 1 times 9 all over 2 times 1. Simplifying, I have negative 3 plus or minus. Now, this problem is why we do the work underneath the square root without typing the square root. So on my calculator, I'm going to do 9 minus 4 times 1 times 9. And my calculator will give me negative 27. If I had tried to type that with the square root symbol, my calculator would have just given me error, which is not helpful. So that is why we never type the square root first. We always do the math underneath, put our number down, then go to splitting it up into the answers. So there are 2 answers here, and you do not fully have to simplify, but you do have to separate into 2 answers, and you do have to write it in the standard form for a complex number. So I have the negative 3 in front, and I have the plus for one of my answers. I have the negative 3 in front, and I have the minus for the other answer. The square root of negative 27, I will bring out the I, and then I have root 27 remaining, and that is all over 2. And the same for the second answer, I bring out the I have the square root of 27, and it is all over 2. So those are my 2 answers. Both of them are complex numbers where they have, well, lots of scribble there, both real and imaginary parts. And so, sorry about the scribble. Let's see if we can erase that and fix it. It doesn't feel like it wants to respond. There we go. So we have our two answers here at the bottom of the screen, one with the plus, one with the minus. We have the I pulled out, and so WebAssign will accept those answers for us.